she's got problems, man. Dude, she's got big chewing in. Oh my.
This is Jan Davis, a 60-year-old stunt woman and parachutist from Santa Barbara. On October 22, 1999, Jan stood at the top of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. She wasn't alone. 4 other base jumpers were there too. They were there for one reason, to prove that jumping from this 3,000-foot cliff could be done safely, and to protest the park's ban that made it illegal. They all knew the risks. Just months before, another jumper had leapt from the same spot. He landed safely, but he drowned in the river soon after, while running from park rangers trying to arrest him. Still, Jan and the others decided to go ahead. The first 3 jumpers launched, opened their parachutes, and landed without a problem. Then it was Jan's turn. Her husband watched from behind the camera as she stepped up to the edge, but Jan wasn't using her own gear. She feared it would be taken if caught. Instead, she borrowed a cheaper parachute. Its design was different from the one she had trained with, and though she had done over 2,700 skydives, this was her first base jump. Using an unfamiliar setup on her very first attempt would prove fatal. Jan took a deep breath, leaned forward, and jumped.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya! Yeah, nice.
At first, everything about the jump looked right.
Yeah, nice.
Poor woman. Dude, she's got problems, man. Dude, she's got big chewing in. Oh my god. What? She went in? What the fuck?
Her husband Dwight Davis couldn't bring himself to watch. He turned away as his wife fell toward the rocky base of El Capitan at over 150 miles per hour. She died instantly on impact. No pain, just sudden blackness. Jan hadn't been able to deploy the borrowed parachute. Its ripcord was mounted on her leg, not on her back where her own gear placed it. Unlike skydiving, the window for action in base jumping is brutally short. Nothing like her previous 2,700 airplane skydives. There wasn't enough time to sort out that small but fatal difference. The first 3 jumpers were arrested, their gear seized, and each was fined $1,500.
Hey, tree! Oh, shit! Oh!
Filmed in Mexico in 2016, YouTuber Brian Garcia, who explores abandoned railroads across the country, set out with 2 friends, recording on a GoPro. After hours on what seemed like a deserted line, they reached a tunnel. Most people would have turned back at this point, as a tunnel is the last place anyone on an active railroad would want to be. An oncoming train can trap you with nowhere to squeeze aside. But believing the tracks were abandoned, Brian and his friends went in. But there was a problem. Their research was wrong. The track was active, and they were about to be stuck in the middle. As they pushed toward the tunnel's end, a fast-moving train thundered up behind them, forcing a split-second choice: sprint for the nearer exit or turn back the long way.
Hey, tree! Turn off your lights! Oh, shit! Run! Oh, shit! Oh! Run! Oh, shit!
They took the closer way out, stumbling into the open with less than 3 seconds to spare. The train burst from the darkness behind them. They survived by mere inches. On October 1st, 2022, a Japanese amateur mountaineer with more than 8 years of experience was filming with his GoPro while climbing Mount Futago in Japan's Chichibu region. He'd done many climbs before, but this one was different. These mountains are home to a mother black bear with cubs, and that was a serious problem. Most bears generally avoid people if given space, but mother bears are different, more aggressive, and quick to attack if they feel their young are threatened. The climber didn't realize she was nearby. He carried bear bells just in case, but after tagging the summit, he began his descent with the bells turned off. No warning, no noise. That was when the mother bear struck.
Oh! Ah! 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 Ah!
He fought back, hammer fisting, front kicking, and shouting to drive her off. Then he scrambled upslope toward the summit and waited while the mother gathered her cubs and moved down the mountain. When the ridge was clear, he descended quickly and fled to safety. He'd switched off his bear bell because the area was noisy, an error that had nearly cost him his life. With the bell ringing, the bear likely would have kept her distance. He escaped with minor scrapes to his hands. On July 6, 2017, two Czech friends in their early 20s, Nikol Vorlovsky and Nikol Barabasova, set off in a Volkswagen Beetle headed for Bylina. Like many young people glued to social media, Barabasova pulled out her phone, opened Facebook, and started a live stream. She filmed her friend at the wheel while they sang and danced as the car sped past 75 miles per hour. The danger wasn't the live stream itself, it was the driver joining in, a clear recipe for disaster. And while many people who drive roughly and even live stream while drive recklessly often get away with it, that wouldn't be the case this time. They kept it up, swerving close to several cars, and still they didn't stop. Vorlovsky took a left-hand bend too fast. The Beetle clipped the curb, spun, and slammed into a noise barrier by a bus stop. Incredibly, the phone survived and the live stream kept rolling. Viewers began calling police as passers-by rushed in to help the two women.
Holky! Holky! Telefon! Telefon! Holky! 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 Holky!
Ale sype. Sype. Pojďte pomoct.
Jo, dechá, i ta druhá. Je tady zaklíněná u volantu.
Rychle.
Není to nic velkého, nějaký drobný odřeniny, ty krve tam není tolik.
Dobré. Dýchejte, nedýchejte se, dýchejte.
The passenger soon regained consciousness, desperate for water.
Ležte v pořádku, sanitka už jede. Sanitka už jede, nehýbejte se, prosím. Nejde to, ležte, prosím, nehýbejte se. Ne, ležte, buďte. Ležte, prosím. Ležte, nehýbejte se, prosím. Já se jmenuji Iva, prosím. Bolí, nehýbejte, prosím, za hlavou, nehýbejte se. Nemám vodu.
Ten kámoš dal takový.
Ležte, prosím, nehýbejte se, ano. Ležte, prosím, ležte, ať si neublížíte. Prosím, ležte. Ležte, pomoc už jede pomoc, vydržte chvilečku. Vydržte. Bude to dobré, bude to v pořádku. Vydržte chviličku, prosím, vydržte chviličku. Prosím, nehýbejte se. Vydržte chviličku, oni vám pomůžou.
Help arrived. An emergency responder finally ended the live stream more than 40 minutes after the crash. Both women were airlifted to the hospital. The driver didn't survive. The passenger, Barabasova, did. Next up, a GoPro captures a skydiving cameraman jumping from 10,000 feet without a parachute. Ivan Lester McGuire was a 35-year-old skydiving expert with more than 800 jumps. He lived in the small town of Franklin, North Carolina, and worked as a cameraman at the Franklin County Sports Parachute Center. Over there, he filmed customers who wanted their jumps recorded. He'd done it for years without a hiccup, so when, on April 2nd, 1988, he was asked to shoot a third dive after filming 2 already, he agreed despite visible exhaustion. To him, one more jump felt like a little extra work. The plane lifted off with everyone geared up, McGuire with his helmet-mounted camera and its battery backpack, and the tandem instructor with the student strapped in. Around 10,000 feet, the door opened. McGuire stepped into the slipstream and jumped first to frame the shot. The tandem pair followed. Then the horror hit. McGuire had forgotten the most important piece of equipment, a parachute. Above him, the tandem instructor popped his canopy, McGuire's signal to pull his own. He reached for a ripcord and found none. He clawed at his battery pack and harness, searching for a handle, a strap, or anything. There was nothing. He wasn't wearing a parachute. From 10,000 feet, falling at more than 150 miles per hour, the ground was racing up and there was nothing he could do. The tandem instructor couldn't dive after him. His parachute was already deployed, and there was no way to reel it back in. McGuire fell with tremendous force and most likely died on impact. Then came the haunting question: how did a seasoned skydiver like McGuire jump with no parachute at all? Footage from his helmet camera became key evidence. It showed the pilot conducting the pre-jump check in line with FAA procedures, but this was the 1980s, an era of bulky helmet-mounted cameras tethered to large battery packs. Easy to mistake for a parachute container from the door. That backpack likely looked like a rig, robbing McGuire of a vital safety check. The most reasonable explanation then pointed to exhaustion and complacency. After 2 earlier jumps and a long day, routine dulled McGuire's edge. He didn't double or triple check his gear as he normally did, and the oversight cost him his life. Next up, a climber's helmet GoPro captures him slipping and falling over 100 feet down a snowy mountainside.
Whoa!
47-year-old Mark Roberts, a lifelong recreational climber and winter mountaineer, took a break from his safety consultant job in the UK for a winter climb on Mount Snowdon in Wales with 2 friends. GoPro running, the trio picked Parsley Fern Left-Hand Gully, a popular route up the mountain. Everything was going smoothly, almost too smoothly, until disaster struck. A chunk of ice broke loose high above. It slammed into them when they were already more than 100 feet up the gully.
Whoa!
Only Roberts went over, tumbling the full 100 feet and losing both his ice axe. He stayed conscious the whole way. His GoPro was mounted on his helmet, recorded the whole thing. The same helmet that likely saved his life. His partners called mountain rescue. A helicopter arrived, winched him out, and flew him to the hospital. He survived with only ankle injuries. Next up, a GoPro captures the moment a popular YouTuber, meeting supposed buyers to sell his bike, is nearly jumped and robbed.
Is this the same bike?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Shot on a GoPro, the man behind the camera is Juan Francisco, a popular Spanish-language YouTuber in Mexico with nearly 3 million subscribers. That day, he listed his BMX bike for sale on Facebook Marketplace and arranged to meet a young woman who said she wanted to buy it. The meetup spot was a gas station in Guadalajara, public, ordinary, and supposedly safe, or so Francisco thought. As they began talking, Francisco's situational awareness kicked in. Several men were lurking nearby. The girl wasn't alone. It was a setup, a planned ambush and robbery.
Hello. How is your bike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of bike is it?
Yeah, it's this one.
I see. Is this the same bike?
Sorry?
Is this the same bike?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where'd you get this?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yep. Yep. Hey, what is the bike?
Did I see?
No.
Pardon?
What the hell? Les dije. Fuck, man. Vámonos. ¿Sí vieron? Lo sabía, güey, que me querían las... Fuck.
Her body language gave her away, and the arrival of a third man sealed it. The ambush was clear. Francisco's sharp situational awareness saved him. Next up, a passenger's GoPro captures the moment an airplane crashes into the ocean and sinks, with many people aboard. On December 11, 2013, 39-year-old construction worker Ferdinand Puentes, who loved filming takeoffs and landings on his GoPro, boarded a small commuter flight home to Oahu with 7 other passengers and the pilot. Ferdinand had spent the day doing construction at St. Francis Church in Kalaupapa and, as usual, switched the camera on for the flight home. But this trip was different. Barely 2 minutes after liftoff, a sharp bang shook the cabin and the engine quit. Total power loss. Knowing the airport was out of reach, the pilot tried to calm everyone, telling them he would land safely on the ocean. It sounded reassuring, but they were nowhere near safe. Drawing on his years of experience, the pilot leveled the wings, radioed Mayday, and then set up for a controlled ditching in the ocean.
Suddenly, the alarm sounds. The plane is going down, spiraling into the ocean.
Passengers grabbed life jackets and headed for the exits as water surged in, strangely calm for people whose plane had just crashed.
The exits.
They latched onto the wreck and whatever floated nearby, hanging on and hoping rescue would come.
Oh, you gotta put it on first before you put it.
Within 25 minutes, the plane sank, leaving everyone bobbing in life jackets. One passenger swam about half a mile to shore. Ferdinand tried, got tired halfway, and was pulled out by the U.S. Coast Guard as rescuers arrived. Investigators later traced the engine failure to fractured blades on the compressor turbine wheel. All passengers were rescued, except a 60-year-old woman who died from heart complications caused by the crash. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and watch this one.